It's so early in the morning. I've not streamed for ages. It feels weird. How are we all doing this morning? It's officially the start of the 2023-2024 season, where we find out who Aston Villa will be playing. And it's so hot. I got a fan on in the background. If you can hear the fan in the background, let me know and I'll turn it off. But it should be fine. We are here for the Premier League fixture announcement. I guess the big fixtures are opening day, Boxing Day, New Year's Day, because it's my birthday, and the last game of the season, I guess. Hopefully, we don't have a cluster of terrible games and they're all spread out through the season. But leave a comment in the comments who you want in the opening day. So Claret the Fox says he's predicting Fulham away as our first fixture. We've got Everything Villa, who's saying definitely not a promoted team. Yeah, it's a Villa. Have got a pretty good record of getting promoted teams in the opening fixture of a new Premier League season. We've got Joel in the house. Joel is saying Luton at home. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Well, would it be nice? We've not got a very good record in the first game of the season, to be honest. I'll go through that in a minute. We've got Jed Flash in the house. Is saying Palace at home. To be fair, I think all of the opening games are just like a bit of hit and miss, right? We got Captain K in the chat says opening day, Wolves at home, and we can finally deal with them. Our record against Wolves isn't good. Hoping for an official Munchie statement today, says Joel. It seems to be dragging on a bit, doesn't it? It seems to be dragging on. I think I don't think Seville want to let him go. And I don't think Villa want to pay for a release clause. Which is interesting. But yeah, hopefully it gets resolved today at some point. So, because I'm a stats channel, I have some stats about opening day fixtures if you want to hear them. So out of the opening 28 opening day fixtures in the Premier League that Aston Villa have played, 19 of them have been played away from home, which includes the last 9. The last 9 have been away from home. Of those 19 away games to start the season, Villa have only won 4 of those games. Newcastle in 1999 with Julian Joachim scored. And then 3 in a row from 2013 to 2015. We beat Arsenal away from home on the opening day. So that was the Antonio Luna goal. And then we beat Stoke, and then we beat Bournemouth in the hell season. So, not a good record away from home in the first game of the season for sure. Only 4 wins out of 19. And Aston Villa have lost their last 4 Premier League away games on match week 1. Spurs on the first game back in the Premier League. That's where John McGinn scored in the first, 5 minutes. And we thought we were going to win the league. But then Spurs and Harry Kane come back and beat us. Manchester City. It was the first game of the 2020-2021 season. I don't care if it got postponed. It's match week 1. That was the first game that was announced. We lost to them. We lost to Watford in 21-22. And last season, thanks to Steven Gerrard, we lost to Watford. It's when we left Tyrone Mings, Douglas Luiz, and Ollie Watkins on the bench. Probably our 3 best players from last season. Steven Gerrard thought, I'll tell you what. On the opening day of the season, let's leave them on the bench. We'll definitely get a win here. And we lost to Watford. To Bournemouth, sorry. So yeah, not a great record. Not a great record. What have we got? Prez Lyon. I've seen about 1,000 leaks. Sheffield United away, Spurs at home. I've seen 1,000 leaks. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the announcement. That's what I say. Just enjoy the announcement. As Joel says, the clusters of Christmas and Easter are always interesting. Well, I would agree. Christmas is a time where there's a big congestion of fixtures. So it's always nice to have some easy ones around there as well. And don't forget as well, we're in Europe this season. Let me check actually last season. Let me check West Ham's fixtures. Did they play any games in the Europa League before the Premier League kicked off? No. So last season, so West Ham played 2 Premier League fixtures before playing the playoff round in the Conference League. So it looks like it'll be the same again this season. As Joel says, we are a different team now. I need to go off to a flyer. 8 home wins on the bounce would be nice. I like it. Positivity. And yes, we are a different team now, for sure. Unai Emery is a master. We got Liam in the chat. What's going on, Liam, mate? How are you? I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to the announcement in 5 minutes. As Alex asks, so when are the fixtures announced? 7 minutes. 9 a.m. So Everything Villa is saying Bournemouth. Bournemouth back-to-back opening day fixtures. Bit of revenge from the embarrassment of last season. God, that game was so bad. Liam says, I think it's going to be a promoted team because past couple of seasons it has been the case. Why not keep that theme going? I've got a feeling it's not going to be at home. There must be a thing, right, in the Premier League where certain teams get given home fixtures every time and certain teams get given away fixtures every time. Because how likely, if you flip a coin, it lands on heads 9 times in a row, or 10 times in a row if you get away today? I will see. If you just joined the chat, put in the chat who you want the first game to be against. I did look at the Europa League teams, the Europa Conference League teams. I saw the Rapid Vienna, the Rapid Vienna were in there, which as a Villa fan gives me PTSD. The last time we qualified for Europe, the last 2 times we qualified for Europe, we've been knocked out by Rapid Vienna both times. I'd also be going live for all of the friendlies this season as well. That's exciting. Let's have a look at when the first friendly is. Against Warsaw, right? The first friendly. Aston Villa, FC, matches, men's. As Joel says, I don't know if you've actually calculated that correctly or not. But so Joel says the odds of playing 10 Premier League games in a row away from home on the opening day is 1,024 to 1. Oh, that's the odds of 10 heads in a row. Well, there you go. Aston Villa fixtures. So we've got Walsall on July the 15th, which is what day is July the 15th? It's Saturday. At 1 o'clock in the day. Perfect. Oh, it's a web search. You should have just said that you made... that you knew that off the top of your head. You would sound clever. Oh. 3 minutes to go, people. I'm going to cough 1 sec. 3 minutes to go until we find out who we get. Who do you want? So Daniel on the chat, it says West Ham away. And Jonathan says definitely this will be one of the promoted teams. Lots of different opinions, but we will know for sure in 3 minutes' time. Lee says Newcastle away first. He's been reading all of the 1,000 leaks on Twitter about all the different teams we've got in the first game. I saw Luton away. I saw Sheffield United away. I've seen them all. Lee Price says City away and get it out of the way early. See, I think that's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to play a big team first, because you don't want the big teams hitting their stride and just feeling comfortable. You want the big teams first. So it's a more level playing field. So I agree with Lee. I agree. I hope it's a big team first, away from home. Get it done. Get it out of the way. 2 minutes. Loads of leaks. It's so funny how people put in a lot of time and effort on Twitter to create images and stuff. I saw a guy yesterday who must have printed off and they made it up on Word and printed it off, and they made someone carry it with a briefcase and then take a photo of them carrying it in a briefcase. Fuck, come on. That is a lot of effort to go to make up a list. So Johnny Walker, the whiskey man, as his Brentford has no one has said it. As Jacob says, you're worried about the power that Emery is seeming to get at the club now. Seemed like Perslow time to go, but interesting not to replace him. I'll answer that after the fixture has been announced. And here it is. Can you see that? It's Newcastle away on the first game. Newcastle away. 1 second. Can you see that, or is it too small? Ah, why is it terrible? Ah, no. Let me go to Twitter. Here we go. So, the first game's Newcastle away, then Everton at home, and Burnley away. Liverpool away, Palace at home, Chelsea away, Brighton at home. Spurs away, West Ham at home, Luton at home. I tell you what, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'd say as an opening set of, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fixtures. I'd say that's fairly sound. Everton, Palace, Brighton, West Ham, Luton at home in the first 10. Take that all day. Take that all day long. Just going to tweet something out a sec. Jacob Sharp with the eagle eyes there has come up with something very clever, which I might steal if that's all right, Jason. Can I have your can I have your permission to steal that? As Jacob says, every fixture, every first game of the month is away from home. Can I steal it? Captain Case has no game on New Year's Day. What? That's my birthday. A mate's a Newcastle fan. He's texting me saying their fixtures, their first 5 fixtures. Oh, no, sorry, their first 4 fixtures are Aston Villa, Man City, Liverpool, and Brighton. What a terrible 4-game start for them. That's unbelievable. 2 games in January. Why is 2 games in January? Is there any bad months? Let me tweet that for Jacob. So what are your thoughts on the fixture list, people? We end the season Brighton away, Liverpool at home, Palace away, and last game of the season. Lee Jackson says United away on Boxing Day. Yes, United away. Tough game. We don't do well against them. So August is fine. September, depending on how Chelsea they pull their act together, is fine. October, I'd say it's fairly easy. November's fine. I mean, like Captain K and Joel say in the chat, for December, 7 games in December. What have they done that for? 7 games in December, 2 games in January, 3 in October, 3 in November, 3 in August, 3 in May. Spread it out a bit. Julian says 2 games in January will be mid-season break and the FA Cup. Hopefully we're still in the FA Cup by that point. That would be nice. Hab says the Burnley will be dark horses. It depends who they sign, right? I mean, they smashed it in the Championship last season, and they got company in charge. It seems to be a pretty good young coach. But I got a feeling that if they don't sign some players, they might be in a bit of trouble. Maybe April is the toughest month, I'd say. And Man City away, Brentford at home, Arsenal away, Bournemouth at home, Chelsea at home. But I'd say overall, company got them trading like androids. Yeah, aren't they back at training already? I'm sure I saw a tweet. I'm sure I saw a tweet saying they're training already. Yeah. Newcastle away, first game. Does some stats on Newcastle away. Aston Villa played Newcastle away on match day 1 of the new Premier League season once before. It's winning 1-0 in 1999 thanks to a goal from Julian Joachim. There you go. So it's the Villa's record in the last 14 Premier League games at St James's Park. In the last 14 games is 1-0, drawn 6, lost 8, scoring 7, and conceding 25. Jacob Sharp says Newcastle Villa will be 5:30 on the Saturday, apparently. Ooh. So it's a big game, to be fair. It's a big game to kick off the season. Should we try and find the Newcastle fixtures, see what they're moaning about? What's their hashtag? What's their... Here's Newcastle's fixtures. Can you see that? Or is it too small? Why doesn't it get bigger? Okay, I'll show it you anyway. It's got Villa at home, Man City away, Liverpool at home, and Brighton away, then Brentford at home. That's a bloody tough start, isn't it, for Newcastle? That is a tough start for Newcastle. Right, let's see what the chat's saying. Yeah, Burnley couldn't wait for the fixtures to come out. They're already back. Says everything Villa. Junks XS says, of course we'll be in the FA Cup in January. It's the 3rd round. We're playing in Europe. Some might even get a bye into the 4th round in February, potentially. Sorry, I'm not. It's too early in the morning to start thinking about this sort of stuff. So when was the last time we won at Newcastle? Was the last time we won at Newcastle was 2005, I think. Newcastle. The last time we won at Newcastle away was as April 2005. And that was the game where Lee Bowyer, Kieran Dyer, and Stephen Taylor got sent off for Newcastle, and we won 3-0. That was that game. That's last time we won against Newcastle away. So Will says easy 3 points for the first game then. Well, if anyone can break a record, then I guess it's Unai Emery, right? Because Villa suck against Newcastle away from home. Everything Villa says Eddie Howe sacked by September. that fixture list is absolutely terrible. Jesus. Villa at home, Man City away, Liverpool at home, Brighton away. But like I was saying before, I'd rather the easy fixtures. Sorry, the hard fixtures first, because there's more hit and miss. And new players still gelling into the team. People are trying to get their fitness up to speed. So I wouldn't put too much stock into their fixture list. But yeah, it's tough for sure. Lee Price says, in his opinion, the pressure will all be on Newcastle in that game. It's almost a free hit for us, particularly given their games. Couldn't agree more. Yep. Couldn't agree more. So there it is. The fixtures have been announced. Thank you all for being here. I'm going back to work now, to my real job. But I'll be back streaming for the Walsall game in July. On your way out, if you want to hit like on the video and subscribe if you're new, that would be fab. And I will see you all in July for the Walsall game. Not a bad draw for Villa, says B, as the last comment rolls in as we end the stream. Newcastle away, first game of the season. Bring it on. That's what I say. Bring it on. Can't wait. I'll see you all there. I'll be live for every friendly. I'll be live for every game next season. Apart from Boxing Day. Because I'll be on the beers. But thanks all for being here. Like the stream and follow if you're new. And I will see you all in July.